I'm Leathur Rokk, and this is Garfield. Welcome to my channel. I want to talk to you about what you did not see on the boardwalk when I had Garfield, and give you an idea of what I had to go through because, unfortunately, Garfield had a bowel movement in the carrier. And you can see the carrier is here. I washed it out completely. But here, join me and my cat while we talk about today. Garfield says hello. So, I was on the boardwalk with him, and first of all, I don't think you had an idea of just how unwieldy my load was that I was carrying. I stuffed a bunch of impossible things in one of my backpacks, and admittedly I didn't use the biggest one I had because I didn't want to look like I was moving in from camping out in the Alpine mountains or something. I wanted to think about, everything I'm bringing I could easily wash by hand, right? So I, of course, had my computer, and I had an extra t-shirt that it turned out I never even thought to use because, see, I had to somehow bungee and tie everything up together on my backpack, and including the little portable stool that folds. And then I had to jerry-rig, because I could only find one of my little bungees. I had to jerry-rig ways to close the carrier all the way, and I didn't realize that it was broken in a few different spots. I know that there were some clamps that fasten it that are missing, and I've been trying to find them. And one of them, on the smaller carrier, actually one of my drunk friends sat on it and broke part of it. I remember when that happened, and unfortunately that's one of my friends who's no longer with us. So, but I know that if you carry something the right way, like I would never do something stupid like carry the carrier by its intended handhold. I was actually holding it like you would carry a birthday cake, and there is no way that Garfield could have escaped. And the thing is, I deliberately did not have a towel this time, because the last time I had a towel, he urinated in it. I figured it would be easier to clean up the pee if I just dump it out someplace. And if it seems callous or rude to some of you, I'm just being practical here. I'm carrying him on the carrier, him on the sidewalk for a short block, and then on a porous wooden boardwalk for like 2-3 blocks. That's it. I wasn't going in any place for any great length of time. I wasn't in direct sun. When we got there, we were in shade. Now, as far as the flea bombing itself, we were led to believe it was going to be the same exact process that we had the last time, and that was the time when everybody that lives here, we all left. Where the one went, I don't know, but my mother and I, you know where we were because you saw the videos. Well, this time he said it was a different kind of thing, that you don't have to physically leave the premises. The only thing is, for 3 or 4 hours, the animals cannot be on the carpet at all. And the thing is, or the ground, the floor at all. And the thing is, even though Garfield does like to stay up high, except for when he goes to the litter box, I cannot personally guarantee that he won't be walking around. Because you know how cats like to be helpful when there's a workman. They always like to be friendly and stuff. And Garfield's no different. But I wasn't going to take the chance of him accidentally getting some of the poison on his paws, so I committed to what we were originally going to do. But my mother did not want to compromise her health by being out in the sun unnecessarily, and I could certainly understand her point. And she does have problems breathing because, well, it's a shortness of breath thing that some heart patients have. And she has a walker that has a built-in chair. Anytime she wants, she can sit down and stuff. And the thing is, I kind of counted on her, and I know this sounds selfish on my part, but please see it from my standpoint. Last time we did this, my fold-up chair and my computer were both put on her walker. So there were 2 less things that I had to worry about, so I could worry about the safety of my cat and not worry about any of my fragile things. And to go out there without a folding chair is ridiculous, because you're going to be out there for a length of time. You want to be comfortable and sanitary. You know, the whole point of having your own chair. So, okay, I didn't have her to help me carry some of my things. So it took me much longer to figure out how to jerry-rig the system. And at this point, I didn't realize just how broken his carrier is. I'm gonna show you some of it. Now, I don't want anybody trying to shame me in the comments for you think that I'm being fiscally irresponsible because I'm using substandard equipment on my cat. And I'm sure you guys are doing a lot better financially than me. And you guys just need to give me a break here. This has been through several cats. I cleaned it up. I have ultimately scrubbed it and showered it clean in the bathroom down the hall. So, and I'm going to put disinfectant on it also. And I have all kinds of rope and stuff that I tied around the edges. There's, okay, one of these clamps, whoops, is missing. Oh, damn it. God, that was old, cold coffee, but still I don't like to waste things. Anyway, and I keep on having problems with the gate, but as you can see, there is no obvious filth on there. But so what happened is I finally got up to where I intended to be on the boardwalk. Okay, let's go back up where Garfield is. And because I had my own chair, I had no problem finding a nice shady place, right? And I had water for him, and I filled up his water bowl inside his carrier so that he could have water. I thought of bringing treats with me, but I'm thinking for the few hours I was going to be here, feeding probably wasn't necessary. It wasn't like he hadn't eaten earlier in the day. So we were there, and then occasionally there would be some guys on the boardwalk that were probably just minding their own business, watching their cell phones and stuff. But occasionally I got a creepy vibe from a guy, and I decided I wanted to go a few feet away. So, but the thing is, that's tricky when you're moving a carrier that has a water bowl that's full, and not wanting to spill water and all that stuff. And then I discovered that Garfield had crapped in the thing. And what I would normally do if I had another person with me is I would have them watch the cat and the computer and all that crap while I go in the casino, get some wet paper towels and soap and stuff. And I had brought some extra carry-all bags just specifically to have cleanup things, you know. And the great thing about the location where I took them is that there's bathrooms right there. Literally, I don't need to go into the casino itself. There's like public bathrooms, and then there's bathrooms next to different businesses and stuff. So, and for that matter, there's also a bathroom 2 block away on one direction on the boardwalk near the putt-putt thing, and then there's another, what they call them, comfort stations, on the other side of Tropicana. So there are bathrooms and soap available. But I couldn't very well risk everything, and you don't know who might be scooping you out and waiting for you to leave things unattended and stuff. And obviously my cat's my most important thing, but I'm also thinking about my computer and my things and whatever. And meanwhile, a couple of hours before the pest control had arrived, one of my buddies had shown up. We seem like we were on some kind of synchronicity lately. That I go outside, like one time I had some extra weed, like there's ever extra weed, right? And I went outside. I like to smoke out front, near my front door outside, because the breezes are real nice, and it's so much more comfortable than being in the stifling heat place, which normally you would hear fans going, but I deliberately turned the fan off in the kitchen so that you guys could hear me. Since there's so many problems with the audio, I'm trying to do the best I can so that you guys can hear my content, okay? So just know that we're all sweaty and hot right now when I'm filming this, because I want to take care of the audio. Right, Garfield? So anyway, I'm waiting for somebody that I know to show up, and who was going to be this person who sometimes shows up when I'm out there smoking a little bit of weed, and my friend shows up, and he's also a smoker. Ozzy, hello, I'm talking about you. He's camera shy, though. That's why I didn't introduce you in a video earlier, that you haven't seen yet, but you will. Actually, no, I don't know what order I'm going to end up doing these videos. I would really like to just post them in the order that I created them, but the thing is, I notice that sometimes in my videos I leave little cliffhangers of sorts, and you want to know what happened with certain thing, and then people get real angry with me in the comments, and they don't understand. They think that I'm not doing things behind the scenes as far as taking care of this cat goes, and as far as the flea thing and everything, and I'm doing things, and you guys don't know. And just, don't be getting all judgmental and acting like you don't think that I'm doing everything we can do to take care of this cat and the fleas and everything. And it's not like I don't have cat resources here. I got plenty of kitty litter, and I've got plenty of food. And this collar is going to last him 8 months, by the way. And it smells so good, right? How you doing, baby? And this is, I usually don't leave this food too long here because I don't want the ants to find it. So, and also sometimes he might accidentally kick it and spill food all over the floor, and I really don't want that. But anyway, getting back to us on the boardwalk, I was waiting around, and occasionally, yes, I had opportunities to make other content because, hello, I'm out there. I might as well get content while I'm out there also. And finally, one of my friends showed up, and so I asked him, could you watch my things in the cat while I go into Tropicana and get a bunch of soapy stuff? And I told him I had to clean the shit out of the carrier. So finally, because he finally showed up, I was able to get things. And I went back, I must have gone back like 3 times. And I got a whole bunch of soapy, wet paper towels. And of course, I went there with 3 bottles of bottled water. And you can refill them, you know, at the sink and stuff. So I scrubbed and dumped the shit out of that thing, and I cleaned it. Obviously not as good a job as I did when I finally took him home, but I cleaned him. I cleaned the carrier out, and kept on changing the paper towels and going back and washing my hands. And I was thinking I was arousing suspicion because, let's face it, it was an unusual situation, but I had to take care of business, and I had to, you know, be sanitary. It's paramount. I cleaned everything with soap and water, every surface that touched any of the filth. And, you know, and oh, another thing, there was both a recycling and a trash receptacle very, very close to where we were, you know. So it was a great location for a lot of reasons. And so I got his thing cleaned out there. I also cleaned off his paws and his tail. I had planned on giving him a bath when I got home, but I haven't done it. We're tired. My mother especially, she's tired, you know. I looked at all the footage that I shot on the boardwalk, and it just occurred to me that you needed to know the rest of the story so that you don't think that he was laying in filth for too long or something. Plus, cats aren't stupid. They know to be away from the bad area. And since I had a water bowl, that also was a way to be between the, you know, the dirt and him. So, but I'm going to be washing everything, of course, that was I wore that day because it was such an unflattering thing, and there's plenty of reasons why, just as well, that the process wasn't filmed, because I had to get down on all fours. My knees were on there. My braids, I had to wash my braids afterwards. I had to, and this thing is so deep, it was hard for my arm to reach all the way in there. And I was thinking I was missing some, and I was really having a problem with that. I wasn't about to ask anybody for help, you know. My friend who finally did show up, the one thing that he did, because he walks with a cane, and he's disabled, and he can't put pressure on his legs and stuff, so I would never ask him to do something physical. But I did ask him if he would just walk with me, or like walk behind me or something, whatever, just to make sure. I was afraid that my bungees were going to come loose on my backpack and my computer was going to fall out. If it dropped from that height, it definitely would have broken. And I also had him spot how good a job the gate was on the cat carrier. He also alerted me that some of the ways I carried it, part of the thing was gaping open some, so I had to adjust how I held it. But bottom line, we got home safely. Now, he was saying that he thought that I should go and go home and get my mother's walker and just use that to put everything on and push back. And I said no, I didn't want to do that because I figured, you know, my mom would see, she'd yell at me and shit. But I didn't realize that my mother went back up on the steps. The walker was never brought back upstairs because the other person we lived with told her he was going to do this. He's been in and out several times. He never brought it back up, and my mom's been kind of grumbling about that. And you could say, well, why didn't I do it? But, you know, I don't think I got even 3 hours of sleep last night. It was past 6 o'clock when I was still up because there's always housework to do. There's always things to do. Being a caregiver and running a house, it involves a whole lot of stuff. And also, you add being a daily YouTuber, you have to organize your stuff, and it's just a lot of organization and busy work and stuff. And all the cleaning that we did in preparation for the pest control, which cleaning is never wasted, you know. But, and I have vacuuming I need to do, and I need to do some sweeping over near that other bathroom, because when I went, I took some kitty litter, and yes, I flushed my cat poop, and I know some people say you shouldn't do it, but you know what, fuck it. It's having that stink in a trash can that we can't always safely take out, everything, I'm going to flush that, and I'm going to throw out the litter. Or sometimes some people actually have other uses for kitty litter. Some of them actually use them in gardens. If it's the stuff that doesn't have chemicals in it, they use them in the gardens to repel certain critters. But I'm not convinced that that really does that. And you really, before you do something like that, you really need to make sure that you're using something that's just plain clay that doesn't have some chemicals in it. Because if you're an organic gardener, you don't want to be adding chemicals to our earth. So let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you about that. But yeah, I had to wait probably about 3 hours for my friend to show up, and I know it seems like I was down on my mother about that. And of course, because she tried to talk me out of even taking him out for that thing. And the thing is, she was saying, oh, you just need to make content for your channel. Well, yeah, I do. And especially since I know everybody is expecting that they know that I'm having this ongoing flea thing, and they knew that there's this flea bomb going on there. So it's kind of like I have a storyline that I'm committed to or something. This is almost like a soap opera, but this is real reality TV, except it's on YouTube. And that's just how it is. But he seems like he's doing a lot better, and I like him being up here, honestly, because I know he stays cleaner, and it's not like he's not getting love and attention. And I keep on filling his food thing and put it up here. And this water thing, I find it's easier for me to just refill it by hand rather than just dump that whole thing down. Because I noticed, because this whole building, the floors are on a tilt, that thing always spills out, and he ends up having a lot of wet on top of the fridge, and that's unpleasant for him. So, and we have to think about his comfort. That's the most important thing. Okay, you will see the rest of my channel tomorrow. But now you understand the process. I'm telling you. It was really, I'm amazed that I could do that as the one person. And if Ozzy hadn't been there to help me out, because, yeah, you need somebody to watch your stuff. And I wasn't going to trust some people that I just talked to whose names I don't even remember, you know. And I was a little bit of a vulnerable spot, because I try to make it so that I'm not dependent on other people. I really don't like to be vulnerable like that. I don't like to be dependent on people. And sometimes people, when you depend on them, sometimes they let you down. And a lot of times it's not a deliberate thing on your part, but it's just you put yourself in a vulnerable spot when you depend on other people. So the more you can be self-sufficient, really, the better off you are. Okay, well, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Garfield says goodbye. All right? Bye-bye.